Hi guys, welcome back to my coloring channel. My name is SL and today's video will be a follow-up from the previous video on perspective on coloring book. So this is also a request from Betty. She asked a question. She wants to know in perspective, how do you measure the distance here? Actually, when I took up this short course in interior design, we didn't study about this measuring this distance from the landscape perspective, or you call that the street. I'm not sure how you call this, but we did not have this course on this measurements. So I looked it up, and there are plenty of videos uh, explaining how to get this in equal distance, but not in measurements. But in measurements, I can show you how to get the measurements in an interior room, not this type of perspective measurements. But what roughly the video mentioned is that when you get this line and you want to get this equal distance, what you have to do is that you draw a line here. Probably I use a different color. You draw a line here in the middle here, and then the next line, maybe I use this. Okay, you draw a line here and you draw this line here, and they ask you to draw another line here. It doesn't matter the distance, just draw another line. And to get the next line in equal distance as in perspective, you just use a ruler to connect this point to this point. So when you connect this point to this point, you're supposed to reach here. And when you use the ruler to connect this point to this point, you're supposed to reach here. So that's where you draw the line. And that's where you get the distance. And you want to do another line. Again, you connect to this point to this point. Then you use the ruler to draw another line here. And you connect to this to here. And that's where you draw another line connecting to this. So you're getting this line. And then here to here, you connect again from here to here. And from here, where is it now? I got confused. Oh yeah, from here to here. And that's where you get the line. So you get the distance will get shorter and shorter as it going towards this vanishing point. And it's the same as you want to do this side view, the same thing also. Okay, I'll do a demo here. Please do excuse this jagged edge here. I tore up, I think, 2 pages because I tried to use watercolor, and this thin pages, I think this is about 100. GSM doesn't take that well with watercolor, and I just tore off. So during my short course in interior design, my favorite subject was this drawing of perspective. That's why I'm so well versed with drawing perspective in freehand, because I drew a lot. And to do it in measurements, I have to rethink back how I do it in measurements. So you need a room. You have to draw a square. Let's say the room is in this small room in 10 feet by 10 feet. Looks like a square, or maybe 10 feet by something. I have a ruler here. Okay, this room is about 7 feet room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here will be 7 by 9. Let's make it to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there'll be a straight line here. So it's a 7 by 9 room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the usual at 5 feet level is the eye level. If you want to draw, you want to see perspective at the top or above the eye level of 5 feet, where you want to showcase more of the top of the table, then your eye level is higher. You see more of the, okay, let's do it in higher. This one is in 6 feet, right? Okay, this is a 6 feet eye level. So, and then if it's this eye level, or you call this the vanishing point here, this is the horizon or the eye level, and the vanishing point, you just choose one of the vanishing point, which position you want to put the point. If you put it in the center, then your wall will be equal. You can see both sides of the walls equally. If you put your wall here, sorry, you put your the vanishing point here, which is almost extreme, almost to the one nearer to the side of the wall, then you won't see much of the wall here. You look a bit more dramatic, probably. Okay, I'll put it here. Let's say at this vanishing point. So I'm going to draw the wall. So drawing the wall here, connect here, and you connect this. This is the one side of the wall. You see, this is the wall is this way, and the other wall, will be this way, because you're looking at this angle, and you're looking at the wall this, which is a bit okay. Let's say we stop. Maybe we stop here. So this wall. So it'll be until here, the wall here. Let's say, imagine I haven't done the measurement here. This one will be here. The wall will be so narrow here. So okay, so this is a very tight corner here. You're standing here, so you want to measure. You draw the lines from here. Remember the measurements, 1, 2, 3. So this is the 1 feet. 1 feet. You're drawing this perspective line. So, and then to get the measuring point, the equal distance, or the measuring points of to get the wall and the rest of the measuring points, you need to get one more point here. We call this the measuring point. The measuring point can be any point from outside the wall. If your measuring point is near to the wall, then it'll be very distorted. Usually we always like to put our measuring point further away. The further, not too much, but the further the better it is. It won't look distorted. So if let's say I put the measuring point here, this is drawn, connected here to here, and then you just connect it to here. Usually my measuring point is further away, much further than here, but this is just to demo. So then you use a T-square. Sorry, this is a bit wobbly here. You use a T-square. A T-square is 100% accurate in drawing these parallel lines. So I don't have a T-square, but I hope that is accurate, then I can show you. So you just draw the lines here to connect. Just connect this line and then you draw it. If your lines is straight, accurate and straight, it's supposed to look wider, the distance. So my line is a bit crooked, so you don't really see, it's not that accurate. But I think you can get what I'm trying to say, right? So from here, also you get another tool, a set square, you call that, where you can get a very accurate straight line. So you can connect to here, you can connect this line. So it's supposed to get wider if the line is connected to here. So this is how you get your measurements. And if it's the height, if it's like the table is at 3 feet height, this is the height. Let's say if I get the lines correct, don't be confused with this extra line. I think you get confused with this line. Okay, I'm actually not very comfortable with using ruler. Usually I'll draw freehand. So if it's at this 3 feet level, and this is your vanishing point or your perspective point, then you connect to this 3 feet height, and which, let's say, the width of the table, the width of the countertop, the width of the cabinet, whatever, is at 2 feet. Then you use the special uh, ruler. You just draw it this way, and at which uh, you want the length of the cabinet 2 feet, 3 feet here, and then you just follow this, connect to this line. So this cabinet is at 3 feet by 3 feet in height, 2 feet in width, and 3 feet in length. Right, you can see here, right, the box. So this is how you get the measurements here, and you can see the top of the table because of your eye level. Right, that's where you can draw your food stuff or whatever at the top of the table. If your eye level is at 5 feet or this level, then you can't see the top of the surface because the eye level will change. You know, your eye will be looking below again, then you can't see the top of the table. So, and with this wall at this extreme on this corner here, at this corner here, see, this is the wall here, because I use the point, this measuring point, it's towards this side of the wall, so you can't see much here, you only see more of this. So imagine there's another same, let's say if I were to draw another one that's 3 feet, 2 feet, and 3 feet height. 1, 2, 3. 3 is here, and the height of the table is 1, 2, 3. Also 1, 2, 3. The height of the table is here, the same as this, and the length is 1, 2, 3. This is the length of the table here, and you use this point to draw again. Oops. And use that straight set square ruler where you can draw a very straight line. See, this is at the corner, the table, because it's squeezed at the corner because of the visual, the vanishing point here, or you call that the measuring point here, because you're the side. And here you're seeing more of this table at, because of the point here you're seeing here. So this is the wall. Can you imagine this is the wall here? I have to imagine this is the wall. If there's a doorway here, so this is like a corner, there's a doorway here, you're just coming out here, and over here you're looking at more of the stuff from here. So Can you roughly understand here? So that's how you get the measuring points from using, because of this, the line here, this measuring point, and that's where you get all these measurements. You want to, if your table is here, imagine if your table is here, then you will just draw it following the the height level, which one you want. If the height is at 2 feet, then it will be here. So this is shorter because it's 2 feet. I do apologize if I'm not explaining well here, but I'll do another perspective view. Okay, I'll do a demo, something like a corner wall. The corner wall will be, okay, okay, imagine that like there's a wall here. As I said, that is always, there's a square wall here, and then you have to get your eye level and your measurements. So if I want my eye level, I have to do my rough estimation of what I'm going to draw, the size of the object which I'm going to draw. So I want the scale to be bigger than the last perspective that I drew. So instead of drawing the eye level, which is at the average height of 5 feet, I thought of doing it at the low level angle, like the last, I showed you the last video where one of the coloring books I showed you, I showed April's coloring book, where the girls sort of like lying down and propped against the sofa at this low eye level. So I've thought of doing this kind of low eye level perspective. And I want to see more of the sofa, so my visual, or my view of perspective, will be here. So, and this, imagine, will be, the wall will be high up, so I'm not looking at the ceiling, so I'll be looking more of at the sofa. So the sofa height is usually at 3 feet, right? So the sofa width also is roughly around also 3 feet. Yeah, yeah, 3 feet, I would say, will be around 3 feet. So the point will be here, and so I'm getting this. This is the size of the sofa here, and usually the height of the sofa is about 2 feet, or less than 2 feet, around here, 1.5. And so, wait, this is the first, second, and third. This is a rather big sofa, so the sofa is quite huge. And let's say the handle, I mean the seat of the sofa is at this level. So I'll do some, a little bit speed up here, and I'll continue with the voiceover later. So at this point, I thought of adding a teddy bear here, since I can't draw human figure. Then since I thought of extending it up towards the ceiling with the door, so you can see that low eye level kind of view. See, that's the door there, and towards the ceiling. So following that viewpoint perspective view there, you just draw it out from that, and then that's where the ceiling line, and drawing that door frame with that skirting. And then I thought of uh, maybe drawing something like a, a top hung cabinet shelf. So also according to that low viewpoint there, you just draw out. These are all estimation of that cabinet size. So it looks like it's less, the width is less than 1 feet. So now you can see that the bottom of the shelf where I just shaded over, and then that's the first shelf, the top of the the top of the cabinet, and then you see the first shelf, the second shelf, down the next shelf, yes, and then yes. So can you imagine this is from your eye level view, and from there you can put the top of the stuff at the top of the cabinet shelf, the boxes, and since you are looking at that low view, you can see the top of the surface of the boxes. instead of drawing as usual some books there. When you're looking at the size of the books, yeah, the width or the side of the books. And from here, drawing that floorboards, or not floorboards, not the floorboards, sorry, some tiles, tiled floor with that decorative sort of like tiles. So after looking back at this again, and I watched that my video again, and I sort of like have this thought, this kind of perspective, I mean, you can use these measurements to draw also for for the outside streets houses. What Betty question was the distance, how to measure. Let's say if I were to draw outside from the street view, I think I can do this also. Can you imagine that? While looking at this, I thought of this idea. Why not, like, it's the same thing with this I'm going to draw like a ground level here, and then I have to get the measurements, right? So this is the line here, and let's say the measurement this time will be at this kind of measurement will be, oh, maybe smaller. Okay, let's say this will be at the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet, a smaller scale, this one. So if this is 10 feet, 20 feet, sorry, if you heard the noise outside, actually is because my house outside, there's a school there, and they are like making noise because the next week will be a celebration, so an event, a public holiday, so they're making some, I think, some speech or some practice events. So okay, 1, 2, here will be at 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet. Let's say this is a smaller scale from an outside perspective. So if this is a 10 feet, let's say I'm looking at this 5 feet, which is the, as I say, this is the average height. So this is higher than 5 feet. At this level, at lower than this horizon, this is uh the vanishing point will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Probably the vanishing point. I'll put it here. And what else? Oh yeah, I have to get the. This is the horizon line and the vanishing point with that measuring point, which is outside here. Let's say I have a measuring point here, and the measuring point will be, wow, this is very low. The measuring point will be, okay, this is the measuring point that I just draw a line from the measuring point, connect to this, and if I were to draw from here, which is the view of perspective or the vanishing point, and I were to draw the line here, this is a very rough estimation here. And let's say if there's another view, I want to draw it here. That means I imagine that the building, the 6 feet building here, 60 feet in length, the building, and the road wise, probably 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet in the width of that road. So that's very wide, 50 feet. Yeah, I think that's a wide road here. And imagine there's a build that house or the building will be a 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 30 in height. So that height of the building is already measured. This is in 30 height, 30 feet, and then you have this tiny what do you call it, the measurement of 10 feet here. Just go. So from here to here is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 feet. 60 feet here. Okay. Coming to here will be at sorry, from here 60 feet. That's the length of this house, and here will be at 30 feet. So the house, if it's like half of this 30 feet, will be 15. Can I do that? And then this is this, if this is at 60, and half of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How do I get 70? Probably extra line I just drew, but it's supposed to be 60 if I to go according to the lines here, 60 feet here. So 60, half of this will be at 30 feet apart here, 30, and half of this, probably the rooftop will be here and here. If I draw, if let's say this house is like so close together, this is the rooftop, you can see here. So I imagine that's how they get the measurement. I might be wrong here. Oh, here supposed to be in until here. If it's a 60 feet length of that building, will be here until here. So I imagine here will be here there will be trees here. And then after this, if you want to go further, so from here another 10 feet, from here another 10 feet. So there will be another house after this 10 feet of space, and this line will be 10 feet, or maybe the house is 15 feet. And here, I'm just estimating maybe. So hopefully it looks, oh sorry, the door is here. The door is supposed to be same height here. So can you roughly see something like that? I'm guessing if let's say there's a supposed to be a measurements, and the corner of the street, let's say this is 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 50 feet apart, then either the house will extend all the way here, houses or the buildings, whatever, they'll be extending, or there'll be some buildings Oh, get confused here. Mm. Something like that. I hope this sort of like give you a rough estimation of what I imagine that this would look like. So hopefully, Betty, you are satisfied with the with what my basic explanation here. Probably I don't get this correct for this, but I'm pretty sure this is what we study with all these measurements in the interior. For the interior, the most important is that you get this measuring point here. And then let's say if you have also, I did something like this, if you have like a coloring book with a subject or figure here, you can draw a wall and with this kind of perspective, as if this subject is in a room. It can be any kind of drawings that you want to do. You can imagine that it can be like even a small kind of door here, like a long kind of corridor. Anyway, hope that you understand what I'm trying to explain here. And of course, if you have any question, please do comment. And thanks for watching. And I do appreciate you guys watching my channel. And see you guys again. Thanks for watching. Bye.